Hey everyone, this is my fourth video on this project, and I have completed the product uploading part of this application where user can upload its product on this application and it will get stored in the database. So I'll share you how I have done this and what I have done so far. So let me just share you the screen with you guys. One second. So yeah, that's the application I'm working on. Those who don't know what the application is about, so let me just give a quick review about it. This application is about uploading the old products on all products, and interested users can buy the products from this application, or you can contact with the seller or something. So yeah, that's the application plan. And in this video, I have covered this part. I am just saying the second screen, but I will share you the screen when I will record the video and make edit it afterwards. So this is my second screen here. So I'm explaining just the second as by seeing the second screen. So I have completed the uploaded part of this application. So this look like this. Let me zoom it for you. So the interface is like this, where you you have to enter the product name, what the item is about, like what are the categories which falls in, which the product falls in. Like if the category is about cloth, if you are selling a cloth, then you have to choose the category cloth. If it's anything else, then you have to choose the that category and product price as usual. And you can upload multiple images here. So you have to select the images from your local database, local storage, and upload it here, and the product description. So coming to the backend part of this application, first the user will interact with the interface, and but when it clicks on the uploading button here, this button, it will trigger the binding dot set on click listener function of this button. Let me share you the backend part of this fragment. The code is so messy in this fragment, so I have to write down the comments about every function I'm using. So this is the upload button here. This is the upload button, and I have written the as I told you before that I have to mention the comments, which function is doing which thing. So this function is triggering the set on click listener function. So in let me just clear the views and layouts of the Android development process. So layouts are something in which you start the views like text view, edit text view, buttons, images, image view or something. And layouts are which covers the whole screen of the application. And you can define different types of layout like it's like relative layout, linear layout. So there is one constraint layout which where you have to constrain all the elements to one another, and that's a bit complicated. So I have used a constraint layout in it. I'm smart. So I have used the constraint layout in it, and coming to the backend part, when the user clicks the button, this function get triggered, and every view has this function set on click listener. Every view has this function. In some or other way, it will have this function, but its name can change, but all the functions are doing the same work. So after clicking the button, this function get triggers, and I am collecting the product name, product price, product description, and after collecting these three values, I'm calling this function validate information. So what this function does is it validates the information you have entered in your product. Like for if the product is empty, let me show you. You are in the controller part here. In the controller part, and now you're going to the view part. So the view model calls this function. So where's the view model of this fragment? So this is the view model of this fragment, product view model, and in view model it validates the information. So in validation, I have done nothing much. I'm just checking that if the entities are empty, then I will set this flows value as resource.error. And after completing the validation, we are coming again to the fragment part, the controller part of this fragment, and the life cycle scope gets started. And in life cycle scope, I am checking what the flow, validation flow has given to us. So in the validation flow, this collect button collects the data of that validation flow, and if it is checking when resource is error. So if the entities are empty, then the validation flow was having an resource dot error in it. So if now I'm checking that if the resource the entities are empty equals to the resource dot error, and then these are the same thing. So I will make a toast on it. What's this? So I will make a toast. And this balance just appeared on my screen. So I'll make a toast. A toast is something that appears pops on your screen. You have seen it before, like when you order something, so a dialogue just pop up on the screen saying that you have placed the order or something. So that's the same pop up, and I am giving the information to the user that the fields are empty. Okay, so suppose you have filled out the entities all correct and the fields are not empty, then what it does is where is my upload? So I had told you before that this code is so messy. I'm just searching where is my uploading part. So yeah. So after the validation check, if the it is getting the images, get images to byte arrays. First, it's getting the images from the database. How it's getting the images from the database? So I have this function which is called start intent. The intent is a class which which helps us to migrate from one class to another. Here I'm migrating to my local storage. So where's that function? Give me a second, please. Button upload. Yes, so yeah. So this function binding dot apply. When we click on this product image button, it triggers this function binding dot apply image from storage. So I told you before that every view has this set on click function, and it get triggers when you click on the view. So I'm here clicking on that button, and after clicking on the button, the intent class get called. I'm creating that object of that intent class in which I'm passing that I want to get intent content from the local storage. So this in this intent, after creating the object of the intent, I'm also providing the information to the intent that I want to take out multiple images from that local storage. And thing is that I just only want images from the local storage. So I have provided this image slash star. This means only images and all the images. So image slash star means the images and all the images. And after performing all the operation, this activity gets started. Like selected images activity result dot launch. This activity gets started and it calls register for activity result. And inside that function we have a class which is activity result contracts, which calls start activity for result. So I have said you before that there is a function set on click list. Right? It's the same as like this start activity for result. So it starts the process after collecting the images from the storage. And what's next? So yeah, so this is the num variable here result which have all the data. So if I'm checking if the result is okay, result okay here, this result okay is just a variable, constant variable which stores a integer value. So I when I click the button, the result the fragment took the intent took the value, and if the process that intent was doing got success, it brings back that same value and checking that comparing it with the result dot okay. If those two values are same, then that means I have successfully collected the images from the local storage, and I'm just storing that data into intent, and I'm checking. Then now here is two things. There are two things like Either I have selected the multiple images or I have selected only one images. So what if I have selected multiple images? So if I have selected the multiple images, this val can count dot clip data dot item count. So if I have multiple images like sorry, this one intent dot clip data is not null, means if after partition if the clip data is not null, means I have selected the multiple images. So first the count is zero. Initially the count is zero, and after I'm applying for each function for here, for each function, and in image URI I'm storing those clip data. Like you can suppose that like if this is an array, and I'm just counting out the length of the array. That's it. So the counter describes the length of the array, and in array there are multiple images. So how many images that counter will show us. So why I am taking this counter here? So let me explain it. So the number of images will be shown here. So after here selected images, so after getting the counter, if the else part tells us that the image on we have selected on the one image and we are storing in that list view. So the list view is a sorry list is a we are describing list as selected images and which is type of URI. So list are collection types. So, if you have read Java or if you are working with Java, you know about what are lists. So list we can provide the type of list we are creating. So here I'm creating URI. Let me show you. So here I'm creating a how do I pronounce it? Mutable list of URI. So it's basically a list of type URI. URI means images. For instance, you can suppose it's like just like images. So now I again forget where I was. Where is that function? So yes. So after adding the images to the list, I am calling this function update images, which is setting the number of images I have took from the local storage, and it is updating this view. This number of images I have selected to it as a text view, and I'm setting it that I have selected three images. Suppose I have selected three images, so it will show us that images selected is equals to three. Okay, that I'm passing the size of that list. Okay, so after that, now that I have four properties: product name, product price, product description, and I have validated the entities, and I have now images also. Images I have now. The if the product validation is true, so I will code this same images function. So in this same images function, I am passing this images. Before passing the images, one thing I'm doing is here, I'm compressing the images and converting into bitmap. So Firebase, where I'm storing the data here. So for image, I am using Firebase storage, and for the data like product name, product description, I am using Firebase file store. So first, it will store the images in the storage. Then it will get the link of that storage, the link of the images where it gets stored, where it got stored, and after that, I have two things. Like I have how many things I have? So I have like four things, image, product name, product price, product definition, category, sorry, five things, and images. So in images, I have images link. So these entities will get stored in the Firebase file store, and the images part will get stored in the storage. So how I am converting those images into bit array, bitmap. So before storing the images, I'm calling this function get images to byte array. And where is this function? Let me highlight it. So yeah. So this what this function does is it takes the images and convert into list of byte arrays. So now that you previously was having the list of images, and now you have list of byte arrays. So those byte arrays are images only, but they are converted into byte array. Like this is array. Before you were having four images. Suppose before you were having four images, and now you have converted those four images into byte arrays. Now this is a byte array, this is a byte array, and this is a byte array, this is also a byte array. So Firebase accept byte arrays to store the images. And one thing I'm also doing is compressing all the images into JPG form, and it will compress the size of the images that I have chosen from the localware storage. And after doing that, I'm passing that array in. Sorry, something went wrong. So after doing the is converting the array part, I'm passing this image to byte array to this variable image to byte array. Now that I have all the entities, and what I have to do is first to save the images and then collect the link of that images and store into the Firebase file store. So now we are in controller part, and when the product validation is true, the view model I'm triggering the view model's save image function, and I'm passing the image arrayed image here. So in the this after this, the save images function will get called, and in save images function, what I am doing is I am creating the instance. So I have previously I had explained that, but so I am being tired of the whole day because my interview was so late today. Sorry for that. So anyway, so I have created the instance of all the things that I needed. So I need here Firebase storage and Firebase database. So I have created the instance of these classes here so that I can use that classes in the whole application. And for that, I am providing this notation to here, annotation to this function, which is singleton. Singleton means I have explained this previously that if I provide any function named annotation singleton, that means it will create only one instance for the whole application, and provide means this is a notation which provides the instance to every fragment, every activity I'm gonna use. So here I'm using Firestore for the storage of the entities, and Firebase storage for the storage of the images. So first the images will get stored. Now how it will get stored? So I'm using a try catch function here. If you have done Java, you know what try catch is, and assigning an await function. So I'm not gonna explain this whole part here. I'm going to just explain what the concept behind it. So this function does is it uploaded the image to the storage simultaneously. Like if I have four images, the four images are getting stored in the database simultaneously. This what will they help? What will do this? This will help me to make the less time while uploading the images. My English is so bad right now. Sorry for that. So it will does is what it does is that it will store all the four images. Suppose we have four images, it will store all the four images to the storage simultaneously. Like you don't have to wait for the long time, and it will increase the user experience of this application. And after storing the whole images to the storage, I am now this is the another flow that I'm using for the collecting the flow of that process. Like for if the image gets stored successfully, the flow will have the resource stored successfully. And if the somehow you encountered an array like the network gone, your internet connection gone, and you close the applications, or some any condition, anything can be possible. So it will generate an exception, and I am passing that exception in the resource dot array. So the flow will have resource dot array in it. So after collecting those flow, it will again come to the current total part of this fragment, which is upload product. And now will we get the flow of that process. So here, let me check where it is. So this process will be executed after the collecting the flow. And in flow, we have suppose we have success in our flow. So it will tell us that products images are updated successfully, and I will collect the URL of those images and store in that in a variable. And after storing that in a variable, I am creating a object of product. So product are entities here. So I have told you before, I have five entities and I am passing these five entities here. And one thing I'm more passing here is Firebase user, Firebase.current user. So what that variable does is if I wanna find the post of that particular person. So if like you see in Instagram, when you click on your profile, you get all your images you have posted on that social media, or you get only your images there. So that's thing I want to implement here. It's like if the user click on its profile, he gets what he has uploaded on this application. So this will help me to execute this process. And after collecting the flow of that images, if the flow is success, I am again calling the save product function in the view model. Now this save product view model will save the images in the here save product this function. This function will save the image, sorry, product in the Firebase file store, which is database. You can suppose it is a database and it will generate a branch in the database. Let me show you those branch. I hope you can see. So this is storage. Just like it. So this is products folder, and in product folder I have images, and in images I have these three images here that I have chosen from the local storage. And after getting the URL of these images, I am storing that product in the Firebase database. So it is creating a branch. It automatically creates a branch if it doesn't there, if it is not there. So is I have created this branch, product branch, and inside that product branch, it has product ID, that product you have uploaded, and in product we have this all entities here. These are the links of these images, and category, description, ID of that product, and at the last, this is user ID. So this was I was talking about. So this will help me to filter out the product of the particular user. After that, after saving all the images and product details, it will again come to the controller part of the fragment and I will collect the lifecycle scope of this function. So the lifecycle of this function. Upload image, validate lifecycle. So I think I'm not collecting the lifecycle of this function, but anyways, no worries. So my images got uploaded and I was so happy about doing this and all. So I forgot to create the lifecycle of this function. I will create it later. So yeah, this was the application so far, and I hope you understood this. Bit complicated for if you are watching for the first time or if you are not familiar with the Android application development. So yeah, that's for the video so far and development so far. I hope you liked the video. See you in the next video.